Good morning, dear students. So till last class we have seen the atoms lessons. Okay, now we are going to start the new lessons, that is nuclei. Okay, actually the lesson atom and nuclei both comes under modern physics. So under modern physics we have two chapters. One is atom and the second one is nuclei. We know that everything is made up of an atom. Okay, so this is the smallest constituent of every matter is atom. But the atom still has some more massive things in it. That is nuclei. So about the nuclei we are going to see in these lessons. So how the nuclei is, and then what is the size of the nuclei? Then how to estimate the energy of this nuclei? Then the various things which is related to the nuclei and the reactions in the nuclei. And the hazards in nuclei. So all we are going to cover in this coming lessons. Not only the hazards, also we are going to see the radioactivity and the laws of radioactivity, the natural radioactive element and artificial radioactive elements. So and the law of decay. So everything we are going to cover in this lesson. Okay. So before going there, first we see about the atom. So in the atom, we know this is the structure of an atom. So the atom contains a nucleus. So inside the nucleus, a proton and the neutrons are there. Protons and neutrons are there, and the electrons are located in the orbit. Okay. So in this atomic structure, the electrons are located from the nucleus at the distance about 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Okay. And this is the radius of atom. Okay. This is the radius of atom, and the nuclear radius is still less. The nuclear radius is 10 to the power minus 15 meter. Therefore, the radius of the nucleus is the radius of nucleus is less than the radius of the nucleus is less than the radius of an atom. About 10 raised 4 times. Okay, we know that the atomic radius, that is atomic radius is 10 to the power minus 10 meter, which is greater than the nuclear radius, that is 10 to the power minus 15 meter. So the nucleus is very, very small. Okay, so this smaller nuclear radius is 10 to the power 4 times less than the radius of an atom. So the atom is mostly empty, almost found empty. Similarly, we are going to see one more factors, that is the volume of nucleus. Volume of nucleus is 10 to the power minus 12 times the volume of an atom. So the nuclear volume is very, very less, but even though the volume is less, but it is highly dense and highly massive. Nearly this nuclear mass is the 99.9% of mass goes to mass of an atom, goes to the nucleus. Mass of atom goes to this nucleus. The volume is less, but it is highly dense matter. And out of 100% of mass, the 99.9% mass goes to this nucleus. This you are going to compare with your classrooms. Imagine an atom size is like our classroom size. Okay. At the center of the classroom, a small sharp pin tip is placed. Okay. At the center of our classroom, a small sharp pin tip is placed. So in the small pin tip, imagine it is nucleus, and the classroom is atom. So from the pin tip to the classrooms, the space in a classroom is almost empty. Okay, so the most of the space in an atom is almost found empty. So out of 100% of mass of an atom, nearly the 99.9% mass goes to nucleus, which contains the nucleons. That is proton and neutrons. We can say it is mass number. Okay. The next one, how to represent an element. So how to represent an element? Basically, an element is represented by ZXA. Okay. So here Z is element. So Z is the element, given element, and the X is atomic number, and A is mass number. Okay, the atomic number is always equal to the number of protons or the number of, is always equal to the number of protons or the number of electrons. Okay, and the mass number is equal to sum of proton and neutron. Okay, so basically an element is expressed by ZXA. So in this Z is the element name and X is the atomic number, which is equal to number of how many number of protons in the given element, and A that represents the mass number. So that is the nuclear mass. Mass number are the nuclear mass. Nuclear mass. So this nuclear mass is equal to sum of proton and neutrons. One simple example we will see about it. So let us see the uranium atom. So the uranium is highly radioactive element. So this uranium element is represented by 9-235. So this is the best fissionable uranium material which we are going to see at the end of the lessons. So in this element, the U is the element, that is uranium element. The uranium element atomic number is 92, which means the number of protons, the proton is equal to 92 and the mass number which is equal to 235. But mass number is the sum of proton and neutron. So the sum of proton and neutron is equal to 235. Already we have a proton number, that is 92. 92 plus neutron is equal to 235. Therefore the number of neutron in this uranium element is N is equal to 235 minus 92. So 235 minus 92, which is equal to, yes, it is 143. So how many neutrons this uranium contains? 143. Okay. So like this only we are going to represent the various elements in this atoms. Okay. So next we'll see the following things. Isotope. I think already we studied this in chemistry. Isotopes, isotone, isotones and isobars. So what these things represents? First we will see about isotope. Okay, think it's a top. Okay, so what is isotope? An atom of same element with the same atomic number, but different mass number. Example. Okay, isotope means for the same element which have the same atomic number but different mass number. Then it is called isotopes. So the example is oxygen isotopes. So oxygen isotopes, we have the isotopes oxygen 8-16 and oxygen 8-17 and oxygen 8-18. So in all these three elements, the element is oxygen only and atomic number is similar, it is same atomic number, same element but different mass number. Then it is called isotope. So you will have to remember that only the top will change. Okay, so that is isotopes. Next one is isotopes. What is the isotopes? The atomic nuclei have same number of neutrons. Atomic nuclei that have same number of neutrons. Okay, so but different element. But it is different element. So the isotones are, the examples for the isotones are carbon and nitrogen. That is carbon 613 and nitrogen 714. So in this carbon 613, the proton is equal to 6 and the neutron is equal to 7. Similarly, in this nitrogen element, the proton is equal to 7, and this is the mass number node. So mass number is the sum of proton and neutron. So which the number of neutron which contains is 7. So in both the case, the number of neutrons are similar. So the different elements which have the same neutron number, then it is called as isotones. Okay. Next one is just opposite to isotopes. In isotopes, same atomic number but different mass number. But in isobars, what to say? A different atomic number but same mass number. Yes. So in isobars, atom of different element, but here same element. But here different element, little different mass number. Yes, sorry, not different mass number, same mass number, but different atomic number. Yes, different atomic number and same mass number. Then it is called isobar. In isotopes, only the top, that is mass number is changed, but the atomic number and the element remains same. But in an isobar, different element, it has different element, and each element's mass number remains same, but only the atomic number differs. So example for the isobar is lithium and beryllium. Actually, we have many examples. Here, only the few examples we see: lithium and beryllium. So lithium 27. So after lithium 27, next one is beryllium 47. Okay, in lithium 27 and beryllium 47, you can see lithium and beryllium is different element. But the different element have same atomic, same mass number, but the atomic number is different. Okay. So the three things we are seeing: isotope, isotone, and isobars. In isotopes, atomic number and element remain same, but mass number are not different. Even we have hydrogen isotopes. Not only this, that is 1H1, 1H2, 1H3. So that is protium, deuterium, tritium. So these are the hydrogen isotopes. So isotopes means same atomic number but different mass number. But in isotopes, different elements which have the same number of neutrons. Okay. So in these two elements, carbon and nitrogen, we have same number of neutrons. Isobar is just opposite to isotopes. Okay. So in isobars, different elements which have the same mass number but different atomic number. Okay. So next, we are going to see the main concept in this lesson, that is atomic mass index. Okay. Actually, the atoms and nucleus both also less than microscopic size, which is very small. So the mass cannot be determined easily by any simple device like spring balance or physical balance and any other balance. So we have a special device that is called mass spectrometer. Okay, a mass spectrometer is a device used to estimate the very small things like atoms and the nuclei. So that mass is very less. So kilogram is not a sufficient unit. Basically, mass is measured by kilogram, that is kg. But in atomic scale, kilogram is not sufficient. In atomic scale of unit, in atomic scale, kilogram is not sufficient. So we have to use a special unit. So the unit is called atomic mass unit. That is atomic mass unit, which you used to say as AMU. That is atomic mass unit. So what is atomic mass unit? Okay. So atomic mass unit is nothing but, you know, the carbon 12. Yes. So atomic mass unit is nothing but 1/12 of. So it is 1/12 of the 1/12 of the mass of the carbon 12 atom. So this is on carbon isotopes. Okay, we used to say as a radiocarbon. In this carbon atoms, 1/12 times how many entities are there? That is equal to atomic mass unit. Okay. So before that, the average, according to Avogadro hypothesis, number of atoms in 12 gram of carbon 12 is equal to Avogadro number. What is Avogadro number? 6.023 into 10 raised 20. Okay, therefore mass of one carbon atom, actually this is equal to 12 gram, but in the mass of one carbon atom, mass of one carbon atom is this is equal to 12 grams. So one carbon atom is equal to 12 by 6.023 into 10 raised 20, which is equal to 1.992647 into 10 raised minus 26 kilogram. This is for one carbon atom. But atomic mass unit is defined as in the 1/12 of a single carbon atom. Okay, so this is for mass of one carbon atom. But atomic mass unit is defined as 1/12 of the mass of a single carbon atom. So therefore 1/12 of the mass of carbon atom is 1.992647 into 10 raised minus 26 kilogram divided by 12, which is equal to 1.66059 into 10 raised minus 27 kilogram. So this is equal to 1 unit. That is 1 atomic mass unit. So the value of atomic mass unit is this. So this is the value of atomic mass unit. Okay. Once again we repeat. Basically, kilograms are a sufficient unit to measure at the atomic scale level. So we are going to adopt the new unit, that is atomic mass unit. So the atomic mass unit is defined as 1/12 of the mass of the carbon 12 atom. Okay. But basically, according to Avogadro hypothesis, the number of atoms in 12 gram of carbon is equal to, in this 12 gram of carbon, how many number of atoms are there? That is equal to Avogadro number. So in one carbon atoms, how many atoms are there? In one carbon atoms, what is the mass of one carbon atom? So the 12 gram divided by the Avogadro number will get the mass of one carbon atom. But what is the atomic mass unit? It is 1/12 of the mass of one carbon atom. So already we found the mass of one carbon atom. Therefore 1/12 of the mass of one carbon atom, which is equal to atomic mass unit. So this answer we are going to divide by 12. Then finally you got the value of atomic mass unit. So the atomic mass unit is equal to 1.660539 into 10 raised minus 27 kilogram. Okay. Next we are moving to the next topic. Okay. The next topic is energy equivalent of atomic mass unit. Okay. In the atomic mass unit, what is the energy equivalent? What is the energy value? We know the Einstein mass energy relation. According to Einstein's mass energy relation, What is the mass energy relation? That is E is equal to mc square. Okay. So here m is the value of atomic mass unit. Okay. Therefore the energy E is equal to m is equal to 1 mass unit. What is 1 mass unit? Already we found it. It is equal to 1.660539 into 10 raised minus 27 kilogram. And c is the speed of light. So what is the speed of light? Speed of light, that is accurate value is 2.998 into 10 raised 8 meter per second. So substitute both the value in the equations. Therefore E is equal to mc square. No, the mass is 1.660539 into 10 raised 27 minus 27 into square. No, so square this value. So what you will get? 2.998 again square. No, so into 2.998 into 10 to the power 8 the whole square. That become 10 to the power 8 into 2. That is 10 to the power 16. Then the energy is expressed in joule. Because what is the unit we get? Here, kilogram. And this is meter square by second square. So which is equal to joule only, no? So the unit is joule. Okay. So after multiplications, the final value is 1.4925 in 10 raised minus 10 joule. So we are in the energy value. But in atomic, in nuclear physics, that is in the modern physics, particularly in nuclear physics, the energy should not be mentioned in joule. So this is not a sufficient unit to use. So we are going to shift the energy value from joule into electron volt. Already we know that 1 electron volt is equal to 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. Therefore, joule, electron volt is equal to this much joule. Now, then joule is equal to, the answer have to divide by this value, no? Yes. So, 1.4925 into 10 raised minus 10. 1 joule is equal to how much electron volt? No? This much. 1.602 into 10 raised minus 19. After simplifications, okay, this two value, the ratio between these two values is equal to 0.9315, and the 10 to the power minus 19 become 10 to the power plus 19. Then the value is 10 to the power 9 electron volt. From the 10 to the power 9, you give 10 to the power 3 to wait 10 to the power. Okay, 10 to the power 9. So from the 10 to the power 9, you can split and write as 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power 6. No? So the 10 to the power 3 we can say as 1000. So multiply this 1000 with this value, and 10 to the power 6 we can say mega. So what is the final value? That is 931.5 mega electron volt. So the energy equivalent of atomic mass unit is 931.5 mega electron volt. Okay. So next we are going to see about the size of nucleus. How to estimate the size of nucleus? The nuclear size. Nuclear size. Okay. We know that nucleus is the very smallest constituent in the atom. No? So, in the nucleus volume, nuclear volume is proportional to number of nuclei or the mass number. Number of nuclei or the mass number. That is, the nuclear volume is proportional to mass number. What is the mass number? Mass number is represented by the letter A. So the nucleus is spherical in shape, no? So the for sphere, what is the volume? It is 4 by 3 pi r cube is proportional to the mass number. Okay. Also, this is a constant. We can say it as, leave the constant. R cube is proportional to A. R is proportional to A power 1 by 3. The cube we are transferred to the right hand side, but it become 1 by 3. Okay, and whenever the proportion become equal, we will get one constant. That is the proportionality constant R naught into A power 1 by 3. Therefore, R is equal to R naught into A power 1 by 3 is the nuclear radius. Okay, that is the size of the nucleus. So the nuclear radius we found it. R is equal to R naught into A power 1 by 3. But the R naught value we are going to use, this is 1.1 into 10 to the power minus 15 meter. And A is the mass number of the given element. Because different element have different mass number. From that we can estimate the radius of the nuclei. Okay, thank you.